Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. We're not quite there yet, but the new ratings reload promo coming to FC26 this Friday is starting to become a talking point through the FC community because this promo concept sounds really interesting. Players who maybe should have had or deserved different ratings on their gold cards to start the year get reloaded with different ratings. But my question with all this is it only ratings upgrades or is it downgrades too? Because if it's both, this could be a really interesting and fun promo because of some of those downgrades. Now, we're going to look at the news and leaks surrounding that today, and we expect a lot more news in the next couple of days, but just today, a preliminary conversation on that. And plus, since the content yesterday was expectedly quiet on Monday, the market rose pretty nice, and it created a great opportunity to trade and buy some cards. But will that continue today? How will the market react today into tomorrow and Wednesday, and then with Rivals Rewards on Thursday, expecting a bit of a rise? We'll talk about that today and look for content on Tuesday to maybe bring us a new upgrade pack SBC. If you guys are excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it, hype it, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's cover yesterday's quiet day of Monday content first, where we only had 3 pieces of content and they were all in SBCs. First of all, we'll start with the player SBCs here. We had one good and one not so good. Our first player of the month SBC of the week, Luwani, is the not so good one. It is unfortunately a bit of a higher price for the card than we're liking here. It says an 84 with a team of the week, an 84 and an 83 with a team of the week to get this SBC done. That's coming in at 54,000 coins. And looking at this card from a face stat potential, seeing the 5-star weak foot and all the positions she can play, you're like, wait, this could actually be good, right? And the stats do look good in some areas. The pace, the shooting looks solid. The dribbling is lacking the reactions and the balance. The physical with the stamina looks really good. I will say that. She's got inside forward plus at right mid and right wing, even advanced forward plus as a striker. But I think it's the play styles and those stats, things in here that we're missing that really make this a card that a lot of people don't want to do for the price that it is. I think she had technical base on her base gold card, and EA added press proven, inventive, and chip shot. If we would have added some other playstyles instead of those, this could have really been an interesting and unique card, especially with the Atletico Madrid links and the Hansko SBC that we have. I know it's Liga F and it's La Liga, but those clubs do link together since even though they're in separate leagues. Also Brazilian as well. It's just the price of 54,000 coins that makes it just a bit too much, I think, for a lot of us. But if that card interests you, you can go ahead and do it. That is a sizable upgrade, and she can play a lot of different positions, so I don't mind that. Now, the other SBC we had yesterday was Evander, and this card was boom, completed, and straight into my team, especially for the Cornerstones exhibition tournament that's going on right now. This card's really good, guys. He's only 13,000 coins to complete. He's also Brazilian. I know he's in the MLS, also hard to link, but long ball, incisive tech, and he's got the Travella game changer shooting play style. He's got Shadow Striker plus and Playmaker plus at the CM and CAM positions. He's 4-star, can also play Striker too, and his stats, you don't have the glaring weaknesses as much as the Luwani card. 80 reactions, maybe a little bit low, but you put an engine on this card like I did, he is very good in game. I know I mentioned when we were talking about his card potentially dropping yesterday in content that he had a really good team of the season card last year. This card plays very well in game. He's a little bit shorter. He moves pretty quick in game. It's just a fun card. So for 13K, it's 2 very small squads. I would get that one done because that card has been very solid in game for me. And maybe it's just even a super sub for the Gauntlet is where that card could end up showing up and making an actual use in your ultimate team. Now, the last SBC we had yesterday was our Monday upgrade pack, the 78 times 2, which of course was an upgrade over the previous 2 weeks, having a 77 times 2. It's the same exact requirements as well. 6 rare golds, 1 common gold, and that gets you a 78 double. Still don't love turning in 6 rares, but it's decent if you have a bunch of rares in your club. I was trying to do a couple of these yesterday, and I literally could only do 2 out of my whole entire club, because like right now, I just do not have too many of the gold rares that I feel comfortable turning into this. Gold commons either. I've been putting some of those in the gold upgrade pack. So we got to get more rewards to be able to do more of those upgrade packs there. So that was basically all the content that we had yesterday. I guess there is one other small thing to mention that's kind of content. EA did yesterday tweet about the club's foundation's objectives, that they were not working. Again, what a surprise. Another part of objectives that is not working, and they're going to provide an update there once available. So they're still communicating out here, but there was actually multiple tweets yesterday related to pro clubs and not as much related to Ultimate Team. But let's talk about the market, because the market is rising. We talked about this in yesterday's video. I was picking up some cards. I bought some Kimmich. I bought a Stiller for 29,000 coins. He went all the way to 42K. Stiller had a really big rise yesterday. A lot of gold cards. And Mbumo, of course, I bought a lot of him for like, we were looking at that on the video for like 10,000 coins, all the way to 14 for him. A lot of gold cards yesterday did this. We were looking at Gravenberch on the video yesterday as well at 60K. He went all the way to 69,000 coins. He's back down a little bit now. We've had kind of the very end of weekend, late Monday night, early Tuesday morning sell-off, and maybe there's a bit of a rise like this again today on Tuesday, but I'm not expecting as much of one. I still think it's going to be a decent opportunity if you want to early morning today, maybe go and pick up a few cards or just do a couple of fluctuation trades. But the market yesterday was great for that, and that was nice to see, right? Especially after all the prices that we had dropping over the weekend. It was nice to see some cards go up. We gotta spare a second here and talk about Claudia Pina going all the way to 80,000 coins, getting a price range update yesterday as well. Guys, the hype on this card and the spikes that you keep seeing, it's going to run out soon. I think we are nearing the end of the crazy hype inflation for this card. I mean, after Thursday's Rivals rewards, I feel like that might be it for this item. She may go higher until then, but with her gold card coming back into packs, and of course the Cornerstone's going to be leaving packs, this is just a card that, before we get too close to the weekend, you probably are just going to want to sell it, because this card is not worth technically 78,000 coins. I know she's got a lot of hype. I understand that. I've seen some people on Twitter saying, though, that maybe some of that hype is starting to like end, and she's maybe not as good as she was right away when it was kind of discovered that she was really OP in game. Just be careful with that, because I don't think this card belongs at this price. Of course, she's out of packs, but even with the hype there is right now, it's going to die down at some point. So just be very careful with that one. I do not believe you will get banned if you bought this card for like less than 30K and you sell one of them for like 60 to 70, 80,000 coins. The people that are getting banned from trading this card have bought a lot of them, and they're selling them all at the same time. Like we talked about with market bans, if you buy a lot of a card and it goes up a crazy amount in value, like we're talking hundreds of percents in value, just take some time and sell one, wait 15, 30 minutes, sell another one if you can, and try to spread those out, because that lessens the likelihood of you getting transfer market banned on the market by a lot. So that's what you do not want to do. You do not want to list up a ton of the cards all at once for any type of player, silver card, gold card, or something that's more meta like this. You never want to list them all up at once, especially when a big price fluctuation happens. Now, one of the reasons the market went up a little bit yesterday is because there was still weekend league demand. You don't have that as much today. You still have rivals demand, though. You still have people that are going to be building teams. But I think, again, I don't think it's going to be as big of a rise in the market. I still think you can fluctuation trade, though, like some of the out-of-packs cards. Yesterday, trading with Cornerstones from Team 1 here, this was a really profitable place to be. Look at Nico Williams. He's 930,000 coins. Reinders is 900K. Oyarzabal, I think, almost reached 80K yesterday. Malik Tillman was almost 50,000 coins. That Cole Palmer right now is kind of looking interesting because he hasn't gone up that much, and all the other cards have. There's still a lot of him here listed overnight, so I'm not saying I'm going to buy it right now, but that's just a really interesting thing to see, is a lot of those Cornerstone Team 1s, the Team of the Weeks from Teams 1 and 2, they continue to fluctuate. Look, Joao Felix is over 100,000 coins again. I think he was 90K yesterday. Other players like Pavard, he's up. Llorente is up. Philogene is up a little bit as well. Yildiz is 66K. I think he was even 68 just a bit ago. These cards are great for fluctuations. So are the icons and the heroes. You just got to trust those graphs and trust those cards right now, because you will get some good sales as the prices move up and down with the way the market is right now, not in a state where there's a lot of panic. So I think there'll be opportunities to trade today, but I think you want to be maybe a little more careful with it than yesterday. And also today, I don't think we need to expect to see a lot of drops either today on Tuesday. That's why I think it still could be a day. Like if you could pick up Gravenberch on a bid here, 63K is his lowest price right now. But like, how many cards do we have to 68K? How many pages, right? not that many. He's a decently rare card. If we could get this at 60K flat with the chemistry style on bid, maybe 61K, that's still a card that I think you'd be able to sell with the chem style at 67 or 68 today. You can still trade icons, heroes, the out of packs that we mentioned would be a good place to trade. But I'd be a little more careful because what's really going to impact the market now would be leaks and would be news about this upcoming promo. Last thing before we get into ratings reload and a little bit of that discussion today, we got to talk about Fodder. Fodder is starting to creep up ever so slightly in price because people know what's coming soon, and that is Player of the Month. And I think what's really going to move the Fodder market next is those POTMs and their leaked official stats, because in the next day or two, we're going to start getting a lot of leak tweets, guys. Get ready for it. Harry Kane wins Player of the Month Bundesliga. Pulisic wins Player of the Month Serie A. If they win, maybe they have official stats leaked on their cards, and that could start a little bit of the buy-up on the 88s and the 89s, specifically for the Haaland, right? If Haaland is leaked to win the Prem Award, I think Rodri, who shows as 30K, right, 31,000 coins right there, he was as high as 32 something yesterday, almost 33,000 coins there. You can still get 89s under 19K on bid, and you can maybe still win some 88s for 11,000 coins on bid as well, with a little bit of influx of supplies. People are just finishing their weekend league. So I think Fodder's still a little viable there. I will say the Team of the Week cards started to go up. You can try to win them for 11,000 coins flat, but they are becoming a more popular investment too. And speaking of Team of the Week, we've got Team of the Week 4 coming tomorrow. So there's going to be some more leaks for that today. So keep a close eye on the gold cards. Caicedo is a card right now, talking about all things market related at the moment. Caicedo is a card that is flying because he's expected to be in the Team of the Week. I think even Vinny Jr. Is a prediction for the Team of the Week as well. Look, from 36K yesterday up to 43 where he is now. So sell those cards in the hype, or hold on to them if you got them at like their absolute lowest for a potential rise over the next week. Caicedo, I don't know how much his card would go up, just because, he's 87 rated, but is he really that usable in game? But really, guys, that's the thing I want to double down on here is the Fodder could keep moving upwards because of leaks, and some of these cards prices on the market, some of our popular cards, the whole market in general and trends and stuff like that could move either way. If we don't have a lot of news today, nothing really hype is going on, there's no leaks for ratings reload, it could fluctuate very well and maybe even go up a little bit, right? But if there is some news, then you could see cards even go down. Yesterday, we had 50K packs in the store, guys, and the market barely moved and prices went up on some cards after content. So 50K packs aren't even moving the market. That's something to note and something to mention. It's not that first weekend of the game where the 100K packs, or even that second weekend where the 50K packs came out and made prices drop. We're not there anymore. This market's kind of maturing now, I guess you could say, and it's not, suspect to all that supply on a short notice. Now, that's kind of the market situation going on right now. Let's look at ratings reload, because I see a lot of people talking about this promo, and I think it's because we're ready for it. We're like, Cornerstones, it had its moments, it had some cool times. We're still missing a lot of good Evos. I'm just finishing the Silver Evo here because it's actually done. Whoop-de-doo, Training Camp Evo finished. But I think most of us would say we're ready for the next promo. Cornerstones has been nice for the cards, for some of the SBCs. Some of the objectives have been good, the tournaments and stuff. Like, there's been some okay stuff here. And, of course, the club chemistry links. But Ratings Reload has a mystery to it that is really interesting to us, because we don't have many leaks yet, but we kind of already know what this promo is like. I think EA even mentioned it in the pitch notes of what this promo is going to be. We've got the official card design that was leaked a couple of days back, and just a general idea of what this promo is, but that's all that we kind of know. Once again, this promo is Ratings Reload, which is going to be providing us with cards that are, deserving of different upgrades. Basically, EA saying, you guys voted, or you guys have submitted some sort of feedback, or we've just picked players to be in the team that would sell packs, but we've changed the ratings of the players to maybe what they should have been to start the year of FC26. Because, of course, you see all those like football the reaction videos. There was a video with Declan Rice, Marcus Rashford, I think Madueke was in that video as well as like on international duty in September, and they were reacting to all their FC26 ratings and talking about that. Maybe EA is going to pull stuff from that. I don't exactly know, but that's the whole kind of idea of this. Is it's basically the old promo we used to get in February's the refresh winter refresh promo, where EA would update the ratings based on how players were playing in real life throughout the over halfway point of the season. It's kind of like that straight away from the start, but as this is a very interesting and fun idea, it sounded like, EA's whole shtick this year is like the club is yours and we get to decide how the game changes, and our feedback has a lot more weight and impact on this game and the future of it than earlier versions of this game did. But it feels like they haven't really advertised the fact that we might be able to vote on these cards. And I've been talking about it because when we first started looking at FC26 ratings here on the actual website, it even says like your club, your call, rated or underrated, and you can vote on these cards. Like it even saves your progress. I think I voted that Ousmane Dembele is a deserved 90, Salah deserved 90. I think I voted Lamine Yamal was deserved as well. You can't vote and say that somebody is like overrated. You can only vote rated or underrated. So I voted underrated for Harry Kane. And that's that question that I brought up in the intro. Is this only going to be a promo that gives us cards that are upgraded and not cards that are also downgraded? Because I think that would be part of the fun aspect of this here is like maybe a higher rated card. Like what if they dropped an 87 Lamine Yamal promo card that would be cheaper? Maybe it's like, 100,000 coins. I don't know if EA would really want to do that because back in the day, they didn't like to do too many downgrades for the old winter refresh promo either. But those are my questions. Will we get upgrades and downgrades or just upgrades? And are we actually as a community having some input to this? Because allegedly there were some polls on Twitter and in Discord, but I don't feel like EA's really promoted the fact that, hey, vote on these cards. Do you think they are rated correctly, or if they were underrated? Because your vote could, actually provide them with a promo card in this ratings reload promo. I feel like they haven't really advertised that enough. And since the promo is starting this Friday, it's too late really for them to say it now because the promo team has already decided probably, and they're just about to get leaked because it's about to get released soon, right? But I guess Olise is a card that we would expect to see in this promo based on this tweet from EA. I think it was the German EA account. Weaver was posting this on Twitter. So I think Olise is a very popular card as well. People, with the way he's playing and the way people saw his card this year, they thought that he should get a ratings boost on top of that. And then this is the tweet here that FIFA Trading Romania put out yesterday that I think is really interesting, right? A lot of people talking about Olise upgrade, Arda Güler potential upgrade, Danny Olmo, and Florian Wirtz. A lot of people think that Florian Wirtz should get a downgrade because they're like, man, this dude's got an 89 rated card and an 89 rated promo card, but the way he's been playing in real life, there's like people saying he should be 85 rated. I think it's kind of banter and it's kind of funny. Maybe there's some truth to it too, but like the downgrades here would actually be super interesting. Like I get it, a Florian Wirtz that's 87 or 86 rated wouldn't be as cool as the 89. It wouldn't be as good. Maybe they make him a like less desirable playstyle plus as well. Like instead of incisive, maybe he doesn't have a playstyle plus. So that makes this gold card and this promo card still the better versions that most people would want to use. But he would still get like a lower rated version or something like that. That would be cheaper. That would be kind of interesting. I think that would make this promo the most interesting if there are some downgrades as a part of it, not just upgrades. Like I'm kind of looking forward to that. So that's the number one thing that I'm curious to watch for as we start to get leaks. Guys, I'm sure with the slowness of this game at the moment, Monday, Tuesday content, it's not like this week where we have a huge leaked SBC for like the Max 86 Hero Pack like last week to really bring a lot of hype and the Bombazo tweets out. Like honestly, it's going to be this ratings reload promo and learning a lot about it. So watch out for the leaked tweets today because there's a lot of news that we still have to learn about this. And I don't want to theorize too much and try to figure out this promo too much just yet because, it may be completely different than what we're dreaming it up to be at the moment because we don't know everything about it right now. But that's ratings reload at the moment. We're going to cover all the leaks and news as it does come out here in the next couple of days for sure. And of course, how that impacts the market. Now, let's talk about Tuesday content today because it's not expected to be a big day of content today either on Tuesday. However, there are some interesting things to watch out for. First in SBCs, upgrade packs. Our 83 plus upgrade is going to expire today, I do believe. I can't see the timer on it right now, but this has been refreshing every couple of days. It's been a nice one for an 81 rated squad to just chuck some of those lower rated cards into and chance it for the ability of a walkout. I haven't got any walkouts from these. I've mostly got 83s, but it's at least something. Maybe this comes back since the 77 times 2 upgraded to a 78 times 2. Maybe this comes back as an 84 plus. That'd be cool. Or even if it changed to an 83 times 2, that would be sick. Probably be more expensive if it was that pack, but just watch out for that. Some sort of upgrade pack, I would imagine, will be dropped today. We do have an SBC leak still. I think this is the only card right now that is leaked. We've had all the other Cornerstones players. We've got Turner from the NWSL as an SBC or objective. So that's still out there. Could be today, could be tomorrow or on Thursday as well. We'll see if there's any other late additions to this Cornerstones promo team for SBCs. But since we have so many player of the months, I'm honestly just wondering if EA is going to slow down the actual promo player SBCs and release those POTMs that are on the schedule there. The last thing for today is there's a new evolution that's leaked, but don't get too excited about it because Foot Agent said it's a Cornerstones evolution and it's a playstyle boosting Evo. That sounds a lot like maybe the Sprint Boost Evo here that just gives rapid, or it sounds like the long ball pass or the relentless pressure Evos that literally just give the playstyle max 4 or max 5, and like that's it. So it sounds like it's going to be one of those Evos coming up for Cornerstones here. Doesn't sound like it's that crazy, and that just kind of fits the bill for how most of the Evos have been going at the moment. I actually started an Evo chain just because I was bored of looking at all the Evos, to be 100% honest. I was bored at looking at all the Evos, and this guy's been cooking for me, Sam Surridge. So you know what? I chucked him into the dribbling Evos to give him +2 dribbling. And then I'm going to put him into the 8th Wonder, the Tati Evo, whatever that one was. It was 20,000 coins. He's going to go into that one, go up to 85 rated. Is it worth it? Maybe not. But you know what? I made 50K from packing Rodrigo from Foot Champs rewards yesterday. So I kind of was like, you know what? I'll say that it's, you know, free. It's going to be covered by the price of this Rodrigo that we got from 8 wins in Champs yesterday. But that's basically it, guys. Like, again, right now, it feels like maybe the content is slowing down, but at the same time, it feels like we got stuff to do. Like, I got to get this tournament going. I'm right now in the semifinals of my second to last try from today. So I got to go win 2 more games. I got to the final in a try yesterday and was unfortunately booted out in that game. Not booted out. I just lost in that game. That was unfortunate. And then I also feel a little behind on Rivals this week, man. I have not played very much Rivals at all, and I have 0 Champs points up there in the top left. So I got to play Rivals if I want to play Foot Champs this upcoming weekend, which I do, because the rewards here are the most intriguing. Even though there's a lot of people kind of conversating after this first week of Champs that maybe Champs doesn't feel like it used to. It feels more like a Sunday league instead of weekend league. That was one of the ways I saw it described on Twitter. And I don't know. I think what I'm worried about most right now is figuring out formations and tactics that work for me in terms of this game, because 8 wins is a little less than I was hoping to get. Last year we were 8 to 9 to 10, and we did peak at 11, or I think 11 was my max, and I got that twice. But yeah, I was hoping to get a few more wins than I got, and I still feel like I'm learning this game a good bit. So we're going to take the opportunity to do that today when maybe the menu content isn't as crazy. You know, playing the game and spending the time getting in the game and getting rewards, leveling up in this season. This is a video, and this is a topic that I'm starting to kind of maybe get frustrated about a little bit, man, because this season in SP, EA is really holding SP back. We have 23 days left. I know I'm not up to date like some of you guys are on this stuff, but I'm level freaking 12. I'm level 12, which is going to take me to 2,500 above it. So I'm going to go basically to level 15 right after this. But, like, come on, man. I want to get that Josh Sargent card, and I want to get towards the end of the season pass here. This season pass, I think, has to be considered probably the worst one that we've ever had. I know that it's the beginning of the year, and they got to kind of, you know, be careful with the stuff and the cards they're releasing here, but my goodness, is it a slow grind through this pass, and it feels like we're running out of time. Like 23 days left, and I'm only level 12. I am behind for sure. But let me know. We'll talk about that a little bit more soon if nothing changes there. But once again, with objectives being as bugged as they are, it's not looking good for that. Anyways, guys, have a great Tuesday. I will see you in the stream today. We'll be talking a lot more about trading methods, watching the market, getting some games in, and hopefully seeing some news about this ratings reload promo. Let me know what your thoughts are on players that should be either upgraded or downgraded for that one. And I'll see you guys this stream today, man. Have a great Tuesday. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you later. Peace out.